Was a Bangladeshi elderly woman who was in a care home, who did not have family or friends. The story is unique. It's too long for me to tell you.
If you could summarize a few words, that would be good.
Well,
because
her neighbors, she was close to her neighbor and her neighbor's children. And her friend, the mother passed away a few years ago. So one of the neighbor's children saw a dream that she was in difficulties. Because of that, she followed through that dream. So the following day, she wanted to know why she saw this elderly lady, Miss Begum, in her dream. And she finally managed to find out she's in a care home. And at that stage, Miss Begum had died. So if that neighbor's child did not go by having that dream, so when she went and found out she died, she came out and asked for help. And we all helped out, and we went to her burial. I mean, that's quite an interesting story when I heard it. So we have people who are from the Muslim community, who are in need, who are unable to afford the burial. For example, the burial now, as it stands, it costs around about £3,500. And for some people who have not planned for a burial, it becomes very difficult on the family. And also what is interesting is in the UK, burial and cremation is more popular, with 78.8% of the UK population preferring cremation, because it's about £700–800. You burn the body and you put the ashes in a flower or around that area, whereas the traditional burial is becoming a lot more expensive, and there needs to be a planning process. And I think we as a Muslim community, we need to really think about that a lot more. Otherwise we're going to see the needy people will probably opt out for cremation.
do you find many Muslims left alone in the hospitals, in the bed or care places? As a social worker, I'm sure you met them. Do you think this is increasing?
I think what we're seeing is that is increasing, and I think within our generation, with with the austerity, with pressure being put on husband and wife to go out and earn, the likelihood of our children, I took care of my mother, but the pressures of economics, our children may have the difficulty taking care of us when we need them the most. For example, when we fall unwell.
But do you think we're breaking away from our traditional families? We're breaking away and we're becoming individualism, and that's why it's happening?
We don't want to. I think that is going to be forced on our children. It's already, if you see it, to pay rent for a property is sky high. So the wife needs to go and work. Social housing has been taken away; they're being reduced. So because of the pressures, I think the community, we're not really thinking ahead, and we're not planning for during, let's say, our care needs when the time comes. We don't have the institutions that really accommodates our cultural and religious needs at the moment.